Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're going to be talking about the dev blog for Marvel Rivals that they released earlier today. Before we get into that, I did play in the closed alpha. So a lot of the stuff they referenced in this dev blog was stuff relating to the closed alpha. So I'll be able to tell you if it was something that needed changing, if these are good changes. I'll be able to fill you guys in on some of that from somebody who actually played in the alpha. And we're gonna just kind of discuss what they're talking about in there. I mean, so far these devs have been really awesome with communicating and requesting feedback from us. So hopefully, they continue to do that through the lifespan of this game. But we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about it. But before we do that, I just want to say thank you to everybody that has subscribed, commented, shown support on my channel. Before this beta even started, I had like 200 subscribers and hardly any views on my channel. So the fact that we're now sitting at 681 as of this posting, and we're slowly creeping up to monetizing the channel, like fully monetizing the channel, which would be 1,000 subscribers. We already have the watch hours. I honestly think we got the watch hours straight up from the first Scarlet Witch video that I put up, I think. But so thank you guys for the support. If we could hit 1,000 subscribers, that would be awesome. I honestly don't think we'll reach 1,000 before the July beta, but even if we hit it during the July beta, that would be sick. But I also just want to mention, if you guys have been enjoying my lore videos for the game, let me know. I know they're not getting as many views, but that doesn't mean people aren't necessarily enjoying them. So if you're one of the few people that did view either the Hulk lore video or the Punisher lore video and enjoyed it, let me know in the comments. I'll keep making them. I might keep making them anyway because I enjoy doing that type of stuff. And speaking of that type of stuff, if you did enjoy the lore videos, my other YouTube channel, which is not doing nearly as well as this one right now, but it is my passion project. I'm trying to get this YouTube channel to catch on. It's basically a short story anthology channel. So I post short stories up on there. I haven't posted in a while, but we're getting ready to release some new sci-fi like space type content on there. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. But I would appreciate some love on there as well. But I know why you guys are here, so uh, just keep enjoying the Marvel Rival stuff if you want. I just have to try to plug this because struggling writer and all that. But yeah, so let's skip all that nonsense now and go to the actual blog. So let's talk about everything they talked about here as we inch closer to the July closed beta test. So the first paragraph here is basically just them thanking everybody for the support and the feedback for the alpha test and everything. So not too much to go by here. Majority of this paragraph here, they're talking about the closed beta test that's coming in July is going to have 5 times more, I guess, codes that they're giving out and people playing than the alpha test. So servers might be a bit crazy and are definitely going to be taxed a lot harder this time. So what I thought was interesting is they're expanding the server reach to include North America, Europe, and Asia, but they're going to let you choose your preferred server for matchmaking. A lot of this is pretty straightforward. They're explaining that the servers could have more latency. They're trying to upgrade them to 60 tick rate. So it should be a better gaming experience, but there's more potential for things to get wonky, I guess. Then they kind of confirm what we were thinking was going to be the case when we were watching the reveals for Venom and Adam Warlock. Venom's going to be a Vanguard, which is their tank classes. Adam Warlock's going to be a strategist, which is the support. They recommend pairing Venom with the Hulk to make them really tanky and tough to deal with. Getting to the enemy's back line, but on your team's front line. And Adam Warlock seems like he's going to be pretty overpowered as a support. He gets to, I believe, put shields on people. It says he has formidable offensive capabilities. And yeah, he could link with allies to split their incoming damage. So that alone sounds pretty insane. But he could also resurrect fallen teammates, which makes him pretty strong. But we'll see how it plays out, because in the closed alpha, Luna Snow was the only support, in my opinion, that really felt like a pure healer type support. Mantis was more like a healing over time. She probably felt the second best to me. So it'll be interesting to see how his actual like healing pans out. Like if his ability to link with characters and split incoming damage um is his only way to like heal, it might be pretty rough. And I still don't think he'll be as good as Luna, but being able to revive people with your ultimate should be pretty nice. And I'm curious about the formidable offensive capabilities, because I don't really remember from the actual trailer showing off Adam Warlock and Venom that he was doing much as far as offense was concerned. So that should be interesting to see. Next paragraph, they just kind of break down the team up abilities. We've seen those, we've covered those in the trailer breakdown, but nothing. They don't even really detail them here, but we already know about them from the trailer. This is something that I did mention in the trailer when we were breaking that down, that it was a new Tokyo 2099 map. I wasn't entirely sure. I mean, the Master Weaver was there, so it made sense that it would be. But now we know that this map is going to be called Tokyo 2099 Spider Islands. And it's the thrilling continuation of the Spider Zero and Master Weaver saga awaits you in this epic new setting. So they're using the maps to drive home more of the lore, which I think is really cool. So that should be interesting to see how that plays out. And then there are thematic environmental destruction features, which is basically Spider Zero and Penny Parker have unleashed a bunch of spider bots to help stop destruction in its tracks. So this is what we saw in the trailer with Storm, when Storm is ulting and she breaks that like building apart, and the webs come in to like keep the top half of the building up. So that'll be that, and they've added those that same like mechanic, I guess if you want to call it that, to the Tokyo 2099 map that we had in the alpha test. So it'll be interesting to see the different ways that interacts with the spider bots for that map, because they didn't show that as far as I know in the trailer. So that'll be interesting to see in this beta test. They addressed the concerns about the UI from players that they had in the alpha test. So they said that they've enhanced it, but I don't think they've shown this yet. So I'm curious to see how exactly I didn't really have any problems with the UI, but I know, I mean, obviously they stated as well, they got a lot of feedback on the UI. I think I heard less about the UI than I heard about people complaining that the characters talk too much. Like, I know in a lot of my comments, by the way, you guys can feel free to make fun of me for using Microsoft Edge. But yeah, I think they addressed it in one of the Q&As on the Discord, that people have been kind of complaining that the characters talk too much. And I got a lot of comments in my videos about it, and I think people are more concerned about that than the UI, honestly. Like, this is really the first time I've seen the UI brought up. Even in my videos, I don't think anybody has really commented on the UI. But yeah, I thought this was like a weird thing to address before the talking. But I also understand that like probably a lot of devs worked on the character interactions, and I know they're using character interactions to drive home the lore and what's going on in like the current season. So I don't think that's gonna be dialed down too much, but I just find it funny that they mentioned the UI before that. I feel like I've seen more complaints about the talking than the UI, but they're enhancing the UI, so we'll see what that looks like. Okay, now this next one is interesting. Okay, so they're talking about that they balanced, so they fine-tuned and balanced heroes' powers, but I'm wondering if we're gonna get like a patch notes prior to the closed beta test releasing that'll let us know exactly what they changed from the alpha, because as a Scarlet Witch main, more or less, I am curious if they changed anything about her. A lot of us that got into the alpha were kind of in agreement that she was strong, but like if people focused her, especially like during her ult, it was kind of easy to shut her down. And also like her left click that you can basically just auto target and melt somebody. Didn't really do that much damage. So like if people were like focusing her, she didn't have a lot of health, so she was kind of easy to kill. I'm not saying she's still not strong. Uh but like she isn't as OP as I think people thought she was. So I'm curious to see like if they fine tuned like Hela's damage or Groot's durability or anything like that. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'm really hoping they release like a patch notes of some kind before the closed beta test comes out for those who were in the alpha, just so we could see how they modified and balanced the hero's powers. On top of that, as far as the competitive side of things is concerned, they're adding a pick ban list or ban system rather, which is interesting. Galacta is going to grant favor or banish certain characters in the upper tiers of rank play and for special events. I think in a game like this, it's going to be kind of frustrating. I mean, I guess it's okay for like the characters that are really strong or overpowered. And I know there was some complaints and people were asking in the Discord Q&A like and that a lot of people in competitive were seeing just the same champions over and over again, especially if they had like team up abilities that were really good together or, just like the stronger characters that worked well together. Everybody was only playing those in competitive. So I could kind of see the need for like maybe wanting some bans. So like, if it's a certain season, like let's say everybody's playing Venom and people are tired of seeing Venom in competitive, at least you could ban them out. But I just thought it was a weird addition already, especially like in a closed beta test. But I mean, I guess if you're playing competitive in the closed beta, you're going to be playing competitive when the game comes out. So I guess it's good that they test these sort of things now. But it just seems like a weird thing to have in your first like closed beta test and the first time that you're opening it up to everybody. But I mean, I guess if they can fine tune it now, it's probably for the best. But I don't know. This kind of caught me by surprise when I read it. Then the next part here is about past lives or like a KO cam, so you could see exactly how you died. This is huge. Like when I was playing the closed alpha, there was many times where I was like, what happened there exactly? And I kept thinking like it would have been nice to be able to see like a kill cam or how you died basically. So I'm happy that they're adding that. I At the same time, like when you would die in the closed alpha, you would just watch like one of your teammates. And I noticed that whenever I was playing with my friend, if I died, it would show me what he was doing. And like while it's still nice to have the option to see like how you died or what happened to you, I kind of hope it's like something you could like click on. Like maybe like there's a KO cam like button and you could click on it to see how you died if you're curious. If not, I kind of enjoyed being able to like while I was waiting to respawn, just like see what my buddy was doing or see what like plays he was making. Then this next part, which is also really interesting, but also a little confusing. I'm not really sure how they're gonna pull this off. It's like cross-platform play and like just cross-play in general, so you could play with your friends playing on console. But it seemed like something you could toggle on and off even in competitive. It's very confusing. Like I'll read this paragraph because it's kind of confusing, but as we're breaking boundaries with cross-platform play and adding multi-platform friend functionality in the closed beta test. Whether you're on PlayStation, Xbox, or PC, unite with your friends or clash with your rivals in epic battles across the multiverse. So that's just straight up crossplay, basically, right? And then it says in non-ranked modes, crossplay can be freely activated or deactivated to ensure a fair and balanced competitive environment. we're also introducing a console-only crossplay feature for ranked play. So choose to engage with players of similar skill from PlayStation and Xbox, or test your mettle exclusively against those on your platform. Additionally, we've heard players and we're exploring the potential of cross progression. All right, I'll get into cross progression in a second. So yeah, like the console only crossplay for ranked play. So that means like Xbox and PS5 can compete with each other in ranked. And then it says again, or test your mettle exclusively against those on your platform. So it's sounding like as far as ranked play is concerned, PC will only be able to play with PC. PlayStation and Xbox will be allowed to play with just PlayStation or PlayStation and Xbox or just Xbox and Xbox and PlayStation. It's kind of confusing and interesting to see how it plays out, but judging by this, it seems like PC is only going to play against PC, which is probably for the best, but I wonder if they will double back on that or double down on that and allow PC the same option to play with console. But I just don't understand how that would affect your like rank score. Like if you're just playing against PS5, do you have a separate rank than when you play against PS5 and Xbox? And then they also mentioned cross progression. So like if you're playing against only PS5, only Xbox, PS5 and Xbox, or just PC, and then you do the cross progression, how does that affect your rank? I mean, I didn't get really a chance to play. I think I played like one ranked game in the closed alpha. So because I was making content and stuff, I didn't really play a lot of ranked, because if I was doing ranked, I was probably just going to be grinding on Scarlet Witch. And I wanted to try to make videos for like every character. So I'd be interested to hear what the ranked people think of these ranked changes or additions. So definitely let me know in the comments. I'd be curious. I think I will give ranked a try when the game releases. I think for this closed beta test coming up, I'll probably just do the same as I did for this, release a lot of like no commentary stuff. And I also want to try streaming this time. So between streaming and uploading videos the way I've been uploading, I don't think I'm going to have a lot of time for ranked. So I would definitely be curious to hear what people think about that. And then when the full game releases, I'm sure I'll dabble in ranked, but I've never really been like a serious rank climber. So I guess unless people are looking for those type of videos, I don't know how much I'm going to focus on it, but I am curious to hear what you guys think. And as far as cross progression, I thought this was kind of weird because there's that PS5 exclusive Spider-Man skin. So like how does that work? Like if I have a PS5 and I get that Spider-Man skin, can I use that Spider-Man skin on PC or can I only use it on PS5? I was a little confused about that. I was a little surprised, I guess, about that because like wouldn't you be able, like let's say you have a PS5 and an Xbox, could you just go on PS5, get the Spider-Man skin, and then like troll people on Xbox when they're in like Xbox only lobbies and you have the PS5 Spider-Man skin? I don't know. It's kind of weird. I would love cross progression. Like me personally, you know, sometimes I like to play on my PS5. Sometimes I like to play on the PC. I wouldn't mind being able to have my stuff cross over. So I'm hoping that's what it means. Especially if they continue to release exclusives, which I kind of hope they don't do too much because I don't really like when certain people can't get everything in a game. But cross progression could kind of fix that issue, I guess. But I guess we'll see how it plays out. But it's an interesting thing if they add it and how they add it. And that was pretty much it. Like at the bottom, they just say, you know, feedback's important. I highly recommend you guys join the Discord if you haven't. I am not part of their creator program or anything yet. Hopefully I get in there. But I know that they do a lot of updates on there. And if they continue to do the Q&As like they did during the Summer Game Fest, Those were awesome. I hope they continue to do those. They were letting us ask questions like from the jump. They weren't really like giving us information. They were just letting us ask questions. So I think that type of back and forth between like us and the devs will be massive for this game's future. And the fact that it's already starting out that way and we've only had a closed alpha, I think is a really good sign going forward. It's just a matter of if they continue to do that, which hopefully they do, because I know I, for one, really enjoyed those Q&As. I didn't get to ask any questions. I was kind of hoping to ask if we were going to see any kind of seasonal event around the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, and I didn't get to ask that. I also wanted to ask about PvE, and I didn't get to ask that. I think someone asked a question about it was like PvE adjacent, and they kind of like danced around it and said they were going to add like a bunch of game modes and stuff, but they didn't really give like a yes or no. So we'll see how that plays out. But the closed alpha test had a seasonal like pass, like kind of like a battle pass. So I'm hoping that the closed beta test has a battle pass that is Deadpool, Wolverine related, or at least Deadpool. I could see them doing something with Deadpool. But in those Q&As, I know they also mentioned that there would be surprises in the beta. And that was brought up multiple times when asked about characters. So I got my fingers crossed for Deadpool and maybe even Wolverine in this beta as well. But I don't want to get anybody's hopes up, but I'm hoping. I'm getting my own hopes up. I'm hoping Deadpool is somewhere in this beta, especially because it's at the end of July, which obviously Deadpool and Wolverine comes out at the end of July. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I just want to make a quick video talking about this. I felt the need to cover it. I understand if you guys prefer my videos without me in it and without me talking. I totally get it. I will continue to make those. But if you guys want to see more videos like this, let me know. Let me know what you think about this dev blog in the comments. And thank you again for all the support. I appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.